So let's get started. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Criminal Justice 227. This is the research writing course in critical thinking. It's a 7-week course for summer one. Today is June 29th, and we will be meeting every Monday around this time, except for the week of July 20th, week 4. July 20th, we will not meet on that Monday. And also week 6, we will not meet. But every other Monday, we will meet in order to go over expectations for the week, expectations for for your assignments and everything. But let's just quickly go around. I know there's a few of us, but just quickly introduce yourself, where you're from, and what do you want to get from this course? We'll start with Dominique. Oh, let's hit your mute is on.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
That's all right. You're
Well,
fine. You're fine.
so I came here about to Charleston 3 years ago from Pittsburgh. I got a job opportunity with Boeing, so I decided once I started there, I decided to go back to school. Really, what I'm looking to get out of this class is just get more comfortable with writing and the actual writing process. Because right now, every time I see that I have to write a paper, it's just frustrating. So just to get a little more familiar with it and to get a better feeling for it, I guess I should say.
Awesome. Well, welcome. And I love Pittsburgh. I was there a couple of years ago around this time, or 4th of July. Saw a couple Pirates games, and what a great stadium that is. But yeah, well, welcome to the course, and
Caught
let
it
me
when the
know.
weather was good.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect, perfect. Yeah. But yeah, welcome, and let me know if you have any questions throughout this very, very
Okay.
quick semester. All right,
Thank you.
Corlian, sorry.
No worries, Professor. No worries. Good afternoon, gentlemen. My name is Corlin Pridgeon. I'm coming up on my senior year at Charleston Southern University. I'm doing a minor in criminal justice. What I really want to get out of this class is, just more critical thinking, critical writing, doing a lot of more of APA writing as well. I guess what I really want to do for future reference for the criminal justice class in a whole is I want to. I was a former officer up in at DJJ Haley site in
Okay,
Columbia.
okay.
So I really just want to give back to the youth. You know what I mean? I see a lot of things that I feel like could possibly change in the future. So that's what I'm really trying to aim towards. But yeah, thank you for you guys giving me time to introduce myself, and I'm looking forward to basically work with you guys for this course.
Awesome. Well, welcome, and thank you for everything you've done, all your public service and everything, and for introducing yourself. Look forward to working with you this very quick semester. I do love this course, but it does fly by, especially these 7 week semesters. But
Yes.
just telling Dominic before we started, it's an easy course. If you just follow directions and ask questions if you have them,
Yes.
it's an easy course. It really is. All right, great. Well, thank you. Noah, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
Um, I'm from Lancaster, South Carolina, and the main thing that I want to get from this course is the research aspect of it. I'm fine with like writing papers and all that, but when it comes to the research stuff, I feel like I get lost and confused when I do that. So hopefully this course will help me uh not get lost while doing the research.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's excellent. I'm glad you brought that up with the class because those are the type of things we're going to learn about, especially next week. I will show you the simpler ways to do research, especially on a particular criminal justice topic. And that's what this course is all about, is to make research easier. And everyone thinks about it. And I was there a long, long time ago. Oh man, I got it right. I don't know where to begin. Well, this course will help you to understand to how to begin putting a research proposal together. Then it's everything in small pieces. I love food. I love eating. And I always tell my students it's like baking a cake. You just get your ingredients together and then you start putting things together and then all of a sudden you're going to have this awesome cake at the end. And that's kind of what research is all about. You're just getting your ingredients together, then you put things together, and this is what this course is to show you how to put different things together and everything: research, organization, and then so things like that. Before I forget, week 6 is your outline paper. You should really start your outline sooner than later, all right? Because that will help you kind of organize your thoughts, um, and just kind of get you on the road where you want to go with your research and everything. All right. And again, um, Dominique and I were talking a little bit earlier before the start. You pick one topic this semester, one topic, all right? One topic that you feel you're very passionate about. You want to learn about juvenile justice. You want to learn about maybe the different methods to curtail juvenile justice delinquency, or maybe some programs that are better for juvenile delinquents, things like that. It could be anything criminal justice related, and it's a broad range that I want you to look into. But pick one topic, and then you're going to write a research proposal, which is due next Sunday already. And then I will look at that proposal and I will give you feedback. Corlin, yeah, outstanding job. Just keep working with your assignment, or maybe it's too broad. Maybe you need to narrow it a little bit. But what's good about that research proposal that's what leads you into Monday's assignment. And so you're going to get a little practice on Sunday, and then I'm sure you do fine when you submit your assignment on Monday. All assignments are due Monday evenings, and I do that on purpose because then we get to have a class Monday night, and then if you want to make some changes with your assignment, then you can make them to your assignment before you submit them by Monday evenings at 11:59. All right. So one assignment. Yeah, I'm going to say that for the rest of the semester. One topic. See, I'm already messing things up. One topic. One topic. I had one student a couple years ago want to write 4 different topics every week. She was submitting a different assignment. Like, what are you doing? No, one topic. So when you write your research proposal, it's your one topic. Your research proposal is 4 to 6 sentences on what you think, your position on your topic, how you're going to research it, and then you submit it in Blackboard, and then boom, we go from there. And let me show you all the different. Let's see. Oh, all right. Can everyone see Blackboard? Can everyone see that?
What are you sharing your screen or?
Yes.
No, I do not see it.
You
I
do
don't
not
see
see
anything
it.
either.
It would help if I had the right screen. It's been a long day. How's that? Can you see Blackboard now?
Now I
Yes,
can.
there it goes. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so you see the course and everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. All right. I'm sorry. I think I need more coffee, but all right. So this is what the course looks like. All right. And then if you go down to um, really start here. That's where a lot of the assignments are and information in order to contact me. But I really want to point you to course resources. This is what's going to help you in terms of helping you with this course. All right. I have uploaded a paper that is APA formatted. So I want you to download that, and this will help you in all of your work this semester. This is perfectly formatted. Don't laugh at the title. This is just a fictitious title, but I'm a big, big Yankees baseball fan. Um, so this is and this is for you to use, for you to use as a model. All right. So this is what your thesis statement should look like when you write your thesis, your research proposal that's due on Sunday. All right, so 4 to 6 sentences. All right, of what you think, Corlin, what you think is your topic, how you're going to go about arguing your topic, your position, your things that really pique your research. So that's what your thesis statement should be all about. All right, and then as you start writing this will help you in the subsequent weeks, mostly weeks 3 and 4 when you write in-text citations, things like that. Okay, so I just want to show you this. All right, and it also includes a perfectly APA formatted reference guide. Okay, so reference page. So this is, I believe, week 5. You're going to write a reference page. This is what your reference page should look like. Okay, double spaced. They should be indented. Your second lines. Okay, in alphabetical order. Okay, by author's last name or authors. Okay. So again, this is all helpful information for you to get a top score for your reference page assignment, I believe in week 5, okay? All right, so this is under your course resources. This is what your APA abstract page, abstract or thesis statement, I use that both. If you are one that likes to write an abstract, then write an abstract. All right, and there are differences. I prefer a thesis statement for this class. An abstract is a basic summary of your research. A thesis statement, you're writing 3 to 5 sentences on your position on your topic. Your why you think there should be a death penalty, why there shouldn't be a death penalty. So that's a thesis statement. All right. So an abstract, you're just summarizing, which is very, very common for upper level courses, but I'd rather you write a thesis statement. You can write either or. It doesn't matter to me. But I've given you resources for both. How to create a thesis statement, which is your 4 to 6 sentences or 3 to 5. And then some other different guides to help you. Okay. These are awesome, awesome guides. All right. Especially this is for week 3. All right. So parenthetical narrative guide. This would be very, very helpful for week 3. Okay. And if you are stuck on a particular theme topic, then just pull up this document. And I've given you a bunch of topics that you can pick from. Again, you pick one for this semester. Okay. And you don't have to use a topic, but sometimes I get a student, I don't know what to write about. Well, think about, read, maybe some of these topics and then, then run with it. Okay. So this is just an idea for you to use. All right. And then next week we'll get into library databases and then how to if you want to use the library research, if you want to set up an appointment with a librarian, you're more than welcome to do that. But we're going to go over week 2 next week. So again, these are just all resources that I want you to use. And this is a very, very easy course. And what's great about this course is that you could take all this stuff that you learned with this course and apply it with other courses. I'm a writing guy. And you'll probably learn that at CSU. Dr. Gilbert likes to write. I do. I love to read my students' papers. And so if you can master any of these different sections, you're going to do very, very well in my classes. All right. Again, so just set up a thesis statement, you pick a topic, and then you start with your outline. Where's it yet you want to go with your paper, and then come up with a couple of research questions. Research questions help drive where your research wants to go. It's like a steering wheel on a car, a rudder on a boat. Without any of those, you're not going to go anywhere. So some research questions will help you, kind of guide where you want to go with your research. And I've given some examples as well. For example, one research question could be, to what extent has the southern border been more has there been more enforcement at the southern border? And if so, has there been less drugs being smuggled? I don't know. But that could be a research question that could be involved with your research as well. So I am throwing a lot of information out so far. So I'm just going to pause there for a second. Does anybody have any questions?
No, sir. I'm good on my.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So um so that's pretty much the start. And then for for assignment one, you're just gonna, again, one topic, you're gonna submit it in this, right? I'm sorry, your research proposal. So that's due next Sunday. I know 4th of July is coming up. But it's the way this course is. It's 7 weeks. We gotta we gotta work on the holidays, unfortunately. So you submit your research proposal in this folder right here, and then with your title page, and then your research proposal, again, 4 to 6 sentences, and then a couple references on page 3. And then again, I will look at it. I'll give you some feedback. This looks great. Proceed with your research. And then the next night, you submit your title and abstract page. So again, you're kind of getting a head start with this research proposal, and then I'll give you some feedback, most likely next Monday morning, so that you can put your final touches on your first assignment. And then these are all 100 points. Again, all these points will add up towards your final grade. And again, this is an easy course. Okay, so that's where you put your research proposal and all of your other assignments. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back and show you, let's see, course resources. So if you have no idea how to write an abstract page for like next week, all right, here's another good abstract page if you don't want to write a thesis statement. So you can use this as well. All right. So again, either an abstract page or a thesis statement for your page 2. Okay, and these are tips how to write your thesis statement. Okay, all right. So, and then of course, every assignment begins with a title page. And this is what your title page should look like. So go ahead and download this. All right. And I don't care if you just want to type over it with your own information. So your own title. You can come up with your own title for your name. Be creative. That's fine. All right. And then boom, Department of Baseball Studies. This is the Department of Criminal Justice, Charleston Southern University. The course code, the course name, and then your name. Okay. I'm sorry, my name here, the instructor's name. All right. And then this is the date of submission. All right. I have a lot of students that get this wrong every year, every time I teach this course. This 30 June is the date of submission. Okay. Meaning you submit your paper, your research proposal on the 4th of July, it's going to say July 4th, 2026. Make sure you spell it out. Don't put 7/4/26. It's got to be spelled out. Okay. So that is step one for your research proposal and step one for your assignment, which is due, your graded assignment, which is due next Monday evening. Okay. At 11:59. Again, we will go over a lot of this review at our 5 o'clock Zoom next Monday. Again, every Monday we will have a Zoom, except for week 4, which is July 20th, and also week 7, August 10th. Okay, I think I said August or week 6 before. I meant to say August 7th, which is August 10th. Okay, however, for August 10th, that's towards the end of the semester. If you want to have a Zoom as a class, by all means, email me. I'd be very happy to have another Zoom. Or if you want to have an individual Zoom, that's fine. I found over the years that is the last week. Students like to put the finishing touches on their paper and everything, so they don't like to have a Zoom for the last week. Okay. And yes, I had a good question today from a student. Do I have to attend every Zoom? No, you do not. But they are very informative. And I do tend to give some extra points for those who do attend my Zoom every Monday. But these are obviously recorded, and I will send them out as a YouTube video later Monday or even early Tuesday if I get too busy Monday evenings. I have another class after this. So they will all be recorded. So if you miss Monday night, not a problem. Just review the video. I will give you some tips how to get a good grade on that week's assignment. And or if you just completely forgot or what I said, or you need to, maybe I wasn't as clear the first time around. I probably won't be clear the second or third time around. No, I'm just kidding. I like to pick on myself. So yeah, watch the video, and whatever. That's why I record these so that you can review them, so that you can maximize your grade. Okay. My goal is for all of you to get A's and then use what you've learned during this course with other courses. All right. Um, I know I've been where you are right now. Every time I heard the word stats or stats in class as an undergrad, I would break out in hives, and I still do. Some of you have an allergy to writing. I get that, all right, but it's not bad, especially this course. One topic, you just keep breaking down the topic each week, and then by the end, you will be doing very, very well. So writing is a practice. You just need to practice. And just like when you play sports, basketball, football, you need to practice. All right. Um, all right. Questions so far. I've said a lot already in the first 20 minutes. I'm just looking at my notes right now. Are there any questions so far? So, how many topics are you going to write about this semester?
One.
One.
Thank you.
One.
Thank you. Thank you. I always get one student that tries two or three topics. I'm like, what are you doing? This is an easy course. Why are you trying to write on two or three different topics? So, all right. Um, okay. I will send out announcements throughout the semester. This is a very, very quick semester. All of you are very, very intelligent. I These announcements are just as a FYI, as a reminder. That's it. So that's just who I am. I like to give reminders. So especially with these online courses, I am a very interactive professor, as you can tell. I like to stay interactive. I don't like this, and I've had these over the years, especially in grad school, where day one we have a Zoom, and then I don't hear from the professor the rest of the semester. I don't like that. So we will have a Zoom every Monday, and I will send out announcements during the week. So that's just kind of my way of just making sure that you're all being taken care of. And please, please ask questions if you have some, okay?
Yes, sir, Professor Gilbert.
Yes,
Next
yes.
one. I'm sure I looked at it in the syllabus, but just to reiterate with you, what was the maximum and minimum pages for our final paper this semester?
That is a very good question. 250 pages minimum.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. I am kidding. Kidding, kidding, kidding. No, I am
Oh, wrong
kidding.
class.
No. I didn't even have that in my dissertation. No, no, I'm just kidding. I just want to get some reactions. So no, um, I get that question asked all the time. I will throw it back at students. It's what you feel comfortable. It's what you feel like you've done a really, really good job. All right. If you can put together a well argued, articulated research paper in 6 written pages, perfect. If you can do it in 8 pages, perfect. If you can do it in 10 pages, perfect. I would not go over 12, 14 pages, written
Okay.
pages. All right. Do you know what I mean by written pages?
Um, could you elaborate on that?
Yes, good question. So written pages are your meat and potatoes, your analysis, your writing. You are breaking down your topic. You're writing about your topic. That does not include your title page, does not include your research, your reference page at the end. So when I say written pages, it's your analysis, it's your research, okay? And I expect all of your final paper to have a strong concluding paragraph or paragraphs at the end. All right. And why do you ask? Because a concluding paragraph or paragraphs wraps up your research nicely. It's going to talk about what you, Corlin, what you found out in your research, perhaps what you didn't find out. It's going to maybe you're going to state in your concluding paragraph, there's got to be further studies on juvenile delinquency because of the rise of whatever.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's going to be your concluding paragraph. That is very, very important in writing, okay, especially in this class and especially when I teach 402 research methods.
Yes, sir.
Very, very important. All right. And really, you should do that in any of your papers, a good introductory paragraph, your meat and
Mm,
potatoes, and then a good concluding paragraph at the end. Okay. Good
absolutely.
question.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Excellent. Anybody else? I'm just looking at my notes. I just want to make sure that I did not miss anything.
Do we have to have a certain amount of references?
Good question. Um, I can't remember. I teach a lot of courses. I don't think I put a specific number, but that's Dominic, that's a very good question. You should have, when you write, you should have anywhere between 1 and 3 in-text sites references per page. So if you write 6 written pages, you should have at least 6 references. And we're going to talk about that next week when it comes to finding some good references through ProQuest, through the one search at the CSU Rivers Library, because I want all of you to find good peer-reviewed references. Government websites I want you to use, um, periodicals, anything that's published. Like my dissertation, I just had an article that was published on emergency management. So anything that's published and looking through the library, which I will show you next week, it's going to be so much easier for you to find some good references. Now, I have students ask me all the time, well, what if I use a newspaper like New York Post, New York Times? That's fine. But I still want you to use peer reviewed, any type of research, some good research materials as part of your final paper. All right. Let me just pull that up. Let's see. Just want to make sure I'm telling you the right. All right, so I did say minimum of 8 written pages for your final paper, but I'm okay with 6 written pages. Okay, as long as you articulate your research, you've argued your research. All right, this is what college writing is all about: was taking a side, taking a position. You're not just summarizing. You're not just summarizing the death penalty. You're talking about why you support or you're against the death penalty. All right, do you see the difference? And that's what your thesis statement should get into as well. All right. But I'm okay with, anywhere between a minimum of 6 references, and they got to be good references.
Right.
Again, peer reviewed, things that we will go over next week with our 5 o'clock um, reference material type of instruction and everything. Okay.
Okay.
Good questions. Very good questions. See, I could tell I love this class already. Very good questions. All right, anything else? Don't be afraid. I mean, if there's something that I didn't explain as well as I probably should have, it's been a long day. Um, I had to finish off of summer one grades this morning, submitted those grades just in time for today, so this afternoon. So, but
Right.
I'm really excited. I love this course because I believe it's one of the most important courses that we offer in the criminal justice program. Um, I am the chair of the criminal justice department, so I put the schedules together, which professors assign are taught what courses, if there's any new courses that should be taught. But this is probably one of my favorite courses, just because it's so important and I think it's interesting. I love writing anyway. So I've been to CSU since part-time since 2019, hired full-time a couple of years ago, and now I'm the department chair. So I'm happy to help out if you have any questions about the program. If you want about jobs, criminal justice, whatever, or you're thinking about graduate school, I'm I've done my due diligence in with research in graduate school. So whatever I can do to help you, please let me know. So
Well, thank you, Professor.
yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna take a quick break to check my notes. Um, Okay, I think I hit everything that I wanted to. Again, I'm going to send out this video later tonight or tomorrow, see how my next class goes. But again, this is a very easy course. If you stay up to it, up to date, um, submit your assignments on time, just pay attention. You're going to be just fine in these 7 weeks. All right. Trust me, it's an easy course. It really is. So okay, all right. Well,
Felt like I feel better about the class.
yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Absolutely. No, I am here to make sure all of you succeed. That's what I'm here for. And the students that don't do well are the ones that just don't put in the work. And if you give me, your best effort, you submit your assignments, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. Oh, and one thing that I do want to add is AI. We don't use AI in this department. All right. Um, can you use AI? Yes, you can, but you should not be using it for your writing. Okay, meaning do not use ChatGPT. Do not use any of these Google apps to help write your paper. I want to read your own writing. If you want to use ChatGPT to find different references, that's fine. But just make sure you're not copying pasting from ChatGPT or any of these other websites. Don't use Copilot for editing because they will get sent back to you. And yeah, I did have a student a couple years ago that just didn't make it through the course because they kept using AI. Other departments will bring you up on charges. I will not do that unless I deemed absolutely necessary, but I will work with you. I get that AI is a part of our world, academic world. I use it all the time in the Coast Guard, but yeah, in the academic world, I know it's kind of it's tricky, but I will work with you, but just please don't use it for your writing. Don't use it for your editing. Don't use Google Docs. Use a regular Word document, kind of like what I showed you on the main page. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about AI. It's a very short course, and I don't want you getting stuck if I have to keep sending stuff back to you because it's AI or whatever. You're not going to pass the course. All right, so enough about that. Any other questions? I will stay back for a couple more minutes if you want to speak to me alone, or if you want to set up an appointment with me. I will make myself available for these next 7 weeks. I am going to, no, actually, I am staying here this weekend. The following weekend, I am going away, but that's really the only time I will go away for these 7 weeks. But happy to help you. So, all right. So I will stay back for a couple more minutes if you yeah, have a great night. If you don't have any more questions, I'll see you next Monday. And have a great week. Have a great 4th of July. Go celebrate, but be safe. Please be safe. And just enjoy our nation's 250th birthday, which I can't believe. So, yeah. And thank you, for all of you that serve and have served and in all different types of capacities. So thank you very much for everything that you do. So, all right.
Thank you, sir.
You're
Have a good one.
welcome. All right.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then I just have one question. You said
Yeah,
for all our
absolutely.
assignments, we'll basically have our title page with all our assignments.
Very good question. Yes, very good question. So every assignment that you submit, you're gonna still have your title page, all right? And hopefully you did it right the first time because that's what assignment one is about, is your title page.
Okay, that
So
was my next question.
yep. And then so title page, even if it's week 3, you're putting your sentences together, quoted citations, you're still gonna have your title page. And that's a very good question. Once I will submit, I will give your grade back, and then you're gonna see um, my writing on the assignment that says, see your review document. All you do is open that up in a Word document. At the very end of the document, you're going to see my comments. For example, Dominique, just make sure you spell out the data submission. So you will see my comments on the corrected version of your assignment. All right, just make sure you open it up, and then at the very bottom you'll see my comments. All right, so yeah, that's a very good question. Very good question. I like this class. That's really good questions. So good. All right, anything else?
I'm all good.
Okay. All right, well, have a great week. Again, I will stay back. Yeah, have a great holiday weekend and be safe. All right.
Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Have a good one.
You too. Take care. Good to see you.